This is my favorite part, guys. You guys ready? All right, let's do this. Hey guys, what's going on? Good afternoon. This is hashtag TNT JoeFi, stands for tech news that Jerome Ortega finds interesting. I am your host, Jerome Ortega. Again, good afternoon to people in the Midwest and on the East Coast. Good morning to people on the West Coast, and good morning, good evening, and good afternoon to people all around the world. How's it going, guys? Welcome again to episode number something, because I lost count. And this is day number something in quarantine, because man, I'm losing track. But what's going on, guys? Today we kind of have a slow news day. There isn't much going on today, but I'll take up any questions, anything that we can discuss. We'll go through it. So we'll see what's going on. I see Nick in here. Nick, what's going on? Elbow cough. I don't get to see what that looks like, but I know what that looks like. What's going on, Nick? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the chat. Appreciate you stopping by. So there isn't a ton of news today. We've gone over the Pixel 4a, the Pixel 5, and real quick, because Nick, if you're still in here, I forgot to tell you that the Pixel 4a isn't getting released until mid-July. I think that's when they're saying July 13th. I don't know if you saw that video or not. So for people who have been watching my streams, Nick, who's in here, he's the one that has a OnePlus 5, who's thinking about getting a Pixel 4a, but now I don't know if you want to wait until mid-July for it. So we'll see. We'll see if that's really when it comes out. But yeah, I don't know. I'm all fancy today. I had a job interview earlier today on Zoom, and I think it went well. So we'll see how that goes. I think I get to hear back next week if I do another round of interviews. But if it goes well, then we might end up having a night stream. But we'll see. Grant, you have green in your name. You're a new member. How I didn't check that. Grant, hey, welcome to the stream, man. Welcome to the chat. Happy Friday. Grant, thank you for being the newest member. You're probably the newest member. I didn't check my numbers. So thank you so much for the support. Thank you for being a member. I appreciate that. Good luck. Good luck with the job hunt. Yeah, I'm looking. Hopefully I'll find something. But I mean, it's not going to stop me from doing these streams. Joined on the low. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate it. I'll check out what level you joined or what tier you joined. So if you're anything above kindergarten cop, I'll give you access to my Discord, which is kind of slow at the moment. And I got to get back on that. And Levin Williams with the $5 super chat. Levin, thank you so much. Made it to the stream. Good luck on the job, Levin. Thank you, man. Appreciate the support. Appreciate the super chat. Thank you guys so much. Jason in here. You just want me to say that. You super chat me and I'll say it. I can't probably even say it right now if I try. Jason, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Guys, thank you for joining in. So real quick, for you guys that don't know, I ended up getting my TCL 10 Pro, TCL 10 Pro. I got this from TCL. It's a $450 phone. And I don't know if you guys saw, but I posted it on Twitter. The build quality on this TCL 10 Pro is actually really good. I'm actually surprised how good the build quality is for this phone. The only issue I have with it is the fingerprint reader. That in-display fingerprint reader is shoddy at best. And because the screen curves, right? I'm already having accidental touches on it, which is kind of annoying. But it's a really nice looking display. The build quality is a lot better than I thought. When I got this phone, I mean, you can see here too. So it's like black, but then it kind of, there's a gradient to like a gray or a silver. It's not bad at all. It is a tall phone, but it is slimmer, so it's easier to hold in the hand. You're not going to be reaching up high to get to it, but it's nice. The camera here module is flush except for the two lights on the corners here. Otherwise, it's not bad for a $450 phone. The quality, the build quality on it is a lot better than I initially thought. I haven't really got to use it yet. I was going to do camera. See, this fingerprint reader is not the best. It takes me 2 tries at least just to get it to unlock, but I mean, it's not all the time, but it's not bad. I want to kind of give my thoughts on it, but I haven't really gotten a chance to use it fully yet. I did end up putting Nova Launcher right away because as soon as I started using the UI on what it gave me, it was not the best. It could be a lot better, but I'll test it out. Sorry, I need to adjust this mic. I look so prim and proper with my shirt all buttoned up to the top. But yeah, so far so good. I've gone through a couple apps, tried to go through it just to see if I could catch any lag. And so far it seems to hold up okay, but I haven't really put it through its paces. I haven't really given it a run for its money. But when I do, I will let you guys know. I'm going to try to take pictures today as long as it doesn't rain. It's real overcast today, but I need to take photos anyway for my other photo gig because I got to finish up on some work there. Yeah, Jason says, where's the fingerprint reader at? So if you look here, I'm trying to put this. So it's right here at the bottom. It's an in-display. God damn it. I can't do it from this way, but it's an in-display fingerprint reader. So you just put your thumb at the bottom there and it will unlock the phone. That's how it works. But yeah, so we'll go ahead and we'll actually continue. We'll talk about the TCL 10 Pro and this first article I have from Droid Life. I don't have a lot of articles today, guys. So if there's anything you want to talk about, if there's anything you want to ask, feel free and we'll talk about it. This is a Friday show. It's a little slower. I ended up streaming a little bit later because I had a job interview earlier today. So I don't have a ton of stories. So if there's anything you guys want to talk about or discuss or ask questions, please feel free and we'll go through it. But this article from Droid Life is talking about how TCL is committing to one major Android OS upgrade for the 10 Pro and the 10L phones, which is like, oh, okay. So it's one major update, which means you'll get Android 11 on it at least. And that might be it. You'll still get some, software patch security updates, for 2 years, I think, but that's about it. So, given most consumers have zero experience with TCL smartphones in the US, the company has released a brief statement regarding what buyers can expect from the TCL 10 Pro and 10L in terms of software updates. A spokesman for TCL sent the following statement. We can confirm both the TCL 10 Pro and TCL 10L will at minimum receive one major OS update as well as SMR updates every 2 months for 2 years. So I got that email as well because TCL gave me the phone. They gave me that statement as well. I think that's something that they gave me so that I could share it with my audience whenever I talk about the TCL 10 Pro. Both the 10 Pro and 10L launch with Android 10, so TCL is committing to an Android 11 upgrade at minimum. On top of that, security patches every 2 months for 2 years. Honestly, that's not bad for relatively inexpensive devices. And I mean, they have a point, especially if you're buying the 10L. I don't even know what the 10L price is at, 250, 300. But I mean, the 10 Pro at $450, I guess in a sense I would have expected more than one major Android OS update, but it's also TCL and they're a new company, so I don't know, maybe they're trying to get the kinks worked out. And I'm not sitting here being an apologist for it. Like, it's still, we can actually sit here and we can talk about Android OS updates. We can talk about updates in general. This seems to be a conversation with people about, are updates beneficial? Do most people even notice updates? And the tech chat that I'm with, we talk about this a lot because I think there are some people who don't care about updates. And then there's some Mootster real quick. Mootster with the $10 super chat. Mootster, thank you for your daily streams. Been picking them up on the replay. Have a great weekend. Mootster, thank you so much, man. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the continued support. Levin as well. Grant being a new member on my channel. Guys, thank you for so much support. I appreciate that you guys notice the daily streams, that you guys come in here and chat. I appreciate that a lot. Mootster, thank you so much. Everybody, thank you so much. Mootster, appreciate it again. Guys, I see other chat in here as well. I will get to it, but I always give a little priority to super chats for an obvious reason. But let me ask you guys, how important are updates to you? How important is it, even for people who own iPhones? When you guys get an update on your iPhone, do you even notice? Do you even take a look to see what the updates are for? Or is it something that you shrug your shoulders with and you're just like, oh, okay, it's another update? That's just a genuine question. I'm just wondering if you guys actually pay attention to that, if that's something that's important to you. For me, I think it's important. I know some people say no one cares about updates. Your quote average consumer doesn't care about updates, but you know what? Even if people don't care about it, that's something that happens behind the scenes as far as the security stance. And I think that's important. I think that a company who is providing you a product that you're paying hundreds of dollars for, I think they have, I mean, a company can do whatever they want, but for me, I feel like I would trust a company more if I knew that they were still updating my stuff. I would hate to buy a phone and think that I wouldn't get an update for it. Even if it was just a security update, I think that's still important. Anyway, here it says both the 10 Pro and 10L launch with Android 10. So TCL is committing to an Android 11 upgrade at minimum. On top of that, security patches every 2 months for 2 years. Honestly, that's not bad for relatively inexpensive devices. However, if you solely value updates, you can bet the Pixel 4a will get at least 2 major OS upgrades on top of monthly security patches. Something to keep in mind. On a related note, check out our unboxing. So if you want to check out their unboxing, you can do that on Droid Life. But this is a really good point to make here too, is the fact that, so this 10 Pro that Levin, did you just, oh shit, I didn't know if you doubled, if you made an accident there, but Levin with another $5 super chat. Levin, thank you. Updates are important for me for features and security. Yes. And I feel the same way. So there's a big debate in the small tech chat that I'm in. We should have this conversation on Discord as well, guys. So I need to use Discord more. I need to kind of hit it up more so we can have a conversation in there. But I think updates are important. Why wouldn't you want to get updates for your phone? Why wouldn't you want to get the latest security patches for your phone? Why would you waste money, or why would you spend money on a company that isn't even going to support the device you have? I think that should be part of the package when you buy a phone, is you get that support. That I don't know. I just think for a company, that's part of their responsibility, is to give you not only a good product, but good support for it as well. I think that's important. But Levin, yeah, I totally agree with you. I'm on board. And so here's the point I'm trying to make. This TCL 10 Pro, and right now I'm pretty surprised. I'm pretty surprised at the price point of how. I'll tell you this right now. This TCL 10 Pro at $450 is probably going to be a better build quality than the Pixel 4a. I mean, when I hold this phone next to my Pixel 4, this feels like a higher premium quality phone than my Pixel 4. And I hate to say that, but it's true. Then again, the Pixel 4 right now is $500, and obviously the Pixel 4 has a lot more going for it. It has a much better processor. It has a much better camera, at least from what I've been reading. I haven't had a chance to test the TCL 10 Pro's camera yet. I do look forward to it. Do you guys notice, if you look at this, do you see it has two lights on both sides? I haven't even messed with the phone yet to activate it and test its camera out yet, but I will. It has an IR blaster on here too. The build quality is really impressive for me. I'm not the biggest fan of this. This in-display fingerprint reader is not good by any means. I'm having trouble using this fingerprint reader, but yeah, I don't know. I'll give you a better idea. Sujo with the $2 super chat. I'm so surprised. Sujo's a buddy of mine. Jason Ang is a C2D2. We're not going to go into that. That's an inside personal joke. Sujo, thank you for the $2 super chat. Appreciate the support, even though you're just trying to call Jason out here. Thank you for that, Sujo. Thank you so much. Yeah, the TCL 10 Pro seems like a solid device. The only thing that I'm questioning is how good the processor is going to be on this TCL 10 Pro, because it has a Snapdragon 765, which so far it seems to be good. The UI on it, I'm not the biggest fan right now, which is why I slapped Nova Launcher on it, and I have Nova Launcher Prime, so I'm going to test that out. Well, I'm just going to use Nova Launcher Prime since I haven't used it in a while, and I'll give you my thoughts on it. But so far so good. It seems good. But again, that think about companies like Google, who's going to give you the Pixel with 3 years of updates, right? You get 3 years of updates on the Pixel. And then when you have something like an iPhone, you get 5 years of updates, 5 years. And that's usually the minimum. And I guess there are other people out there, other YouTubers or whoever, who says, who cares about updates? Nobody cares about updates. But I'm telling you, why wouldn't you want to have them? Even if it's behind the scenes, even if it's something you might not notice, it's still an integral part of having a solid device that is still getting whatever support it needs. I think that's important. And I don't know, anyone who says otherwise, I think it's foolish. I think it's kind of irresponsible, where you're going to go ahead and you're going to promote you're going to promote a product that's going to get a 1 year for an update, and then that's it. Like, I don't know. I just don't think that's the proper way of doing it, especially if you're a tech reviewer that has some kind of influence on the community. Why it would be like if, and I said this before, it's the reason that recalls happen on cars. Look at Tesla. Look at how often they're updating their cars. I mean, if someone, I know people who have Teslas, and imagine if Tesla just said, hey, we're going to stop updating this car, from this point on. Like, that's pretty shitty, especially when you know that they've been getting consistent updates to make the car better, to put better features on it. And I mean, that just doesn't apply to I see another super chat in here. Guys, thank you so much. Deepak Murthy with the €2 super chat. Deepak, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Thank you. Deepak, also for you to be coming by daily on my streams, I appreciate that, man. Thank you guys so much. Guys, I will get back into chat. So I just wanted to make my point on updates and its importance. And I think that's something that we should all pay attention to. I think that's still a big part of. I think it's still a big selling point of a phone. Sorry, guys, I'm muting I'm putting my phone here on do not disturb. Okay, let me get into chat. Guys, thank you again so much for the super chats. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Nick says mid-July is fine. Again, guys, if you're not familiar, Nick is a buddy of mine who was going to get a OnePlus, or he has a OnePlus 5 right now. He's debating on getting a Pixel 4a because his battery is just, I think it's starting to go on his OnePlus 5. And he was asking me about a Pixel 4a and if it's worth it for the $350. And I think it is. I think that's going to be a great upgrade to the OnePlus 5. I don't know if it's going to like completely annihilate it in performance. Probably not with the Snapdragon 730. It might even be on par in terms of performance, but it's going to have a better camera. Obviously you're going to get a better battery just because you're getting a new phone. And then you get stock Android again. So I think it's going to have a couple pluses. You're not going to have that, fingerprint reader on the front anymore. So you're going to have a much bigger display. You're going to have less bezels on the front. It's going to look a lot more modern, but yeah. So if you can wait till mid-July, then there you go. Would you rather wait till mid-July, or would you wait, Nick, let me ask you, would you wait till October for the Pixel 5 and then just wait and see? But yeah, I don't know. Okay, let me just scroll down here. Levin says just one Android OS update. That's just shit. Android has to do better. I agree. I mean, that's not Android at that point. That's TCL giving you one Android update. So I know yesterday Big House Productions was in my chat and he was saying, hey, I might just buy the TCL 10 Pro instead of waiting for the Pixel 4a just because I can't get it now. Now I got to wait till July. But now I wonder how he feels about it, knowing it's only going to get one OS upgrade. So not only that, now you're going to have a TCL 10 Pro that has a Snapdragon 765 with only one major Android OS update. Now they said at least one major. So it could have more than one, but knowing how a lot of these companies are, you're probably only going to get one. If they're going to say at least one, then probably one is the most they're going to give you. Or if they give you two, how long will it be before they give you that second one? Versus something like Google that you're going to get at least 2 years, maybe two. Will the 4a give you 2 years, or is it 3 major OS upgrades? Is the A series only giving you 2? I don't know. If anyone knows in chat, let me know. But if you get a Pixel 4a, you're going to get updates for a while, and at least security updates on top of that. Those monthly patches you're going to get. So yeah, I don't know. Deepak Murthy earlier was saying, "What's up, Jerome? I'm good, man. Again, I'm all dressed up here because I had a job interview earlier today, except I didn't have my hat on. My head is shaved, so that's why I always wear a hat at this point. I feel much better with a hat. I see Paul in here too. Jerome becoming rich boy. Please, Paul, FYI, very far from it. Nowhere close to it. Just Paul, FYI, just so you know, just for me to have the streaming service, I pay $25 a month US just to have the streaming service there. So if anything, it just helps cover costs. Not to mention the fact that I pay for music licensing, which, by the way, yesterday when I played the Vivo video I think I played a 20-second clip of that Vivo video and it ended up getting a copyright thing on it. So that whole stream got demonetized, but whatever. Anyway, Paul, welcome to the stream. Appreciate you stopping by. Appreciate you joining the chat. John M in here as well. Hi. Hey, John, how's it going, man? Nice to see you. How's everyone doing? I think we're all good. We're good. Deepak says a smartphone is 50% hardware, 50% software. So software updates are very important. I agree. That's a good way of putting it. I agree. I'm with you on that. Sujo says, yeah, best part of having a Tesla. Let me ask you, Sujo, since you're saying that, how many updates have you had on your Tesla so far? Does it come monthly, or does it come a bit more infrequent from that? And actually, when you do get an update, does it let you know in your car? Like, so before you start your car up or before the car can get off the road? I'm genuinely asking because I don't know how it works. How do the updates work? Or does it come to your phone? Actually, do you have that feature now where you just start your car with your iPhone? There was an article I did on my stream, I think last week, where somebody tried to steal someone's Tesla. So the guy kicked him out of his own Tesla, and then the guy locked the guy who was trying to steal his Tesla in his car until the cops came. I don't know if you have that enabled, but I'm curious about how those updates work. Nigel Sugden. Hey, Jerome, you good? I'm good, man. How you doing, Nigel? I don't think I've seen you in here before. I only say that because I don't remember seeing that Adidas avatar unless you changed it. Anyway, Nigel, thanks, man. Thanks for making the stream. Nice to see you here. Sujo says, why not just pay the extra $100 and get the normal Pixel 4? So you're okay. Here, I'll explain it to you, Sujo. So you're talking about the Pixel 4a, right? With the Snapdragon. Let me put it this way. Pixel 4a coming out mid-July. Pixel 4a is going to have 128 gigs of internal storage, and it's going to have a camera very similar to the Pixel 4. And why wouldn't you just pay? So first of all, it's not $100, it's $150, $350 versus $500 right now. Number one, battery. Number one, price. Number two, battery. The battery on the Pixel 4 is garbage. It's not the best. I'm lucky if I get 4 hours of screen on time on there, and the Pixel 4a will give you better battery life out the gate. The Pixel 4a is going to have a fingerprint reader on it. The face unlock on the Pixel 4 isn't awful, but I would rather have a fingerprint reader. And then another big reason is internal storage. The Pixel 4a, 128 gigs of internal storage versus 64 gigs on the Pixel 4. And if you want 128 gigs on the Pixel 4, then you have to pay $600, $599. There's $100 price gap in between, which is bullshit. They need to update that so it's $449 or $549 instead. So until they fix that, it's hard for me to recommend. And most people who want a Pixel 4, sometimes at this point I've been recommending that they probably get a 4 XL if they really want a Pixel 4. I mean your mileage may vary. It's going to depend on the person. It's going to depend on how often you're actually using your phone and how much battery life, how much battery you waste on it. But I mean, the Pixel 4 still has a lot of pluses. The Pixel 4 is going to have the better processor. The Pixel 4 has the Soli radar chip for motion sense if you want that. It's not, I don't think that's a feature most people want, but yeah, there's already talks about how they're going to be getting rid of it. It's not going to be on the 4A, and it's probably not going to be on the 5. You also get a better display refresh, or we'll say a better refresh rate display on the Pixel 4, so you can do 90 hertz. But I think aesthetically, the Pixel 4a is going to look better. It's going to have a more modern design because it's not going to have asymmetric bezels that you get on the 4 because of Soli on there. But yeah, it's a good point to make. I totally get that. But I still think the 4a is going to give the Pixel 4 even a decent run for its money. Daniel with the $2 super chat. Support and stuff. Daniel, thank you so much for the super chat, man. Thank you for the support and stuff. I appreciate that. Daniel, real quick. Actually, I'm running late here because it's almost 2:00. I was actually going to stop by the studio today and say what's up, and just say hi, because I actually have to I got to shoot photos in the city today. I got paid, Daniel. So I actually have to do some work for them for this month. But if I do have time, I might stop by and say hi. But Daniel, thank you for the support. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for being in the chat. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Let me scroll back up. Okay. So yeah, Nick's saying wait till October and wait and see. So you might wait for the Pixel 5 then, which isn't a bad idea. I mean, if you're on the fence of a Pixel 4a and a Pixel 5 and you have time, if you have time in between because your phone is still holding up fine, or if you have money because we don't know what the Pixel 5 is going to be priced at. That's a big question. What is the Pixel 5 going to be priced at? Hopefully it's not $699. If the Pixel 5 is going to be priced at $699, it's just way too much money. I'm hoping the Pixel 5 is going to be priced at $499, but it's probably not going to happen. $549 though, I think is a decent price. I would love for it to be at $549. I don't know. We'll see what it's going to be priced at. Cijo says, LOL, then we will be in July 2021 and in the same situation. Yeah, but I mean, at this point, if Nick is deciding between a Pixel 4a and a Pixel 5, the time in between July 2020 and October 2020, it's not that big a gap in there. And I think if Nick has the time to to wait between a 4A and a 5, I don't see why not. Sujo says like 7 or so. What are we talking about here? Are you talking about your Tesla? I can't remember. Deepak says both high-end Pixels and the A series are guaranteed 3 years of updates. Yeah. So why is this article saying 2 years? Oh, maybe no. Sorry, I'm looking at something else here. The Pixel 4a will get at least, yeah. Why is this article saying the Pixel 4a will get at least 2 major OS upgrades? Won't the Pixel 4a get 3? Right, it should be getting 3 major OS upgrades, not 2. Maybe I don't know. Paul says here, Nick, isn't it an option to get battery replaced at a OnePlus certified store? It costs like $35-40 euro here in Holland. That's not a bad point, Paul. Actually, I don't know how many people, I'll be honest with you, I have never taken any of my phones to get the battery replaced. And you know what sucks is my iPhone 11 Pro, I don't know where it is right now. My iPhone 11 Pro is my daily driver. I use it exclusively. I use it a lot. And right now the battery percentage left on my iPhone 11 Pro is at like 92% battery life. So it's already losing battery as we speak. I'm actually wondering, because I know Sujo has an 11 Pro as well, and I wonder what his battery is at. And people that I talk to in chat have told me that sometimes they think that the reason that the 11 Pro might be losing battery like that is because I'm using the fast charger on it, which actually brings me up to another point. Why do I get to see how much battery life is left on my iPhone 11 Pro and I can't take a look at that on my Androids? Is that something Android's going to add into that? Because I think I would love to know what my battery life is at on my Android phones, unless there's another app that does it, but I don't even know how reliable those apps are. If you guys know, let me know in the chat, because I'm actually curious. Something I forgot to mention there. But Paul, that is a good point. Sujo says here, my phone pings and lets me know, and I can push it from my phone. And yes, my phone is my key via Bluetooth. That's awesome. So as it's updating, then you can't drive the car, right? So when your phone is pushing an update, the car is undrivable until that update is pushed through. Am I getting that right? I think that's how it works. I see K Gabry one. Hey, welcome to the stream, man. Welcome to the chat. I don't think I've seen you in here before. Did you hear about the price drop of the Pixel 3a series for today? I did. And that's actually my next story. So I'm going to talk about that. I actually wasn't even going to talk about it because part of me was wondering who's still buying a Pixel 3a, but I think there's still a good part. I think there's still a good audience or a good support that might be looking into it. So we'll talk about that. Nigel says, I have seen you on Friday night Tech Talk. Oh, there we go. That's why the name seems familiar. Nigel, thank you for dropping by. Appreciate it. I know we have Friday night Tech Talk tonight, and I don't know if I'm going to be going to that because I want to go and take pictures with my TCL 10 Pro and compare it to my iPhone 11 Pro and compare it to my Pixel 4. So I might not be able to make it tonight, but I think George and Saeed or Ted, I think they're going to be on tonight, but if I have time, I might try to make it. Anyway, Nigel, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for finding my channel and coming in here. Trevell Stith, Trevell, how's it going, man? Welcome to the stream. I don't think I've seen you in here either. Pixel broke my heart. OnePlus is where it's at now. Yeah, I don't know, Trevell, if you've watched my videos on the Pixel. I have been I've been scrutinizing it quite a bit, but some things haven't been sitting with me well, but maybe the Pixel 4a is new hope. I've been saying this. The Pixel 4a might be the resurgence of the Nexus, and maybe the Pixel 5 might surprise us all, especially with whatever chipset it comes with, whether it's a 765G or the 768G. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, Trevell, welcome to the stream, man. Deepak says here, Jerome, would you buy a premium build TCL 10 Pro but 1 year updates, or a Pixel A series with 3 years of major updates? Deepak, the question is, when you say a premium built TCL 10 Pro, are you talking about a Snapdragon 800 series as well? Because that might make me buy it over a Pixel A series with 3 years of updates. It depends. I would have to look at the specs. And the only reason I say that, the only reason I would even consider that is because of the mod support for it. I might just end up throwing a different ROM on it altogether. And that doesn't come without its own cons, right? Because sometimes stuff doesn't work, sometimes stuff isn't perfect, but for the right price and with the right set of hardware, you know what? I mean, you're right. 50% hardware, 50% software, but sometimes for me, sometimes hardware might outweigh software because I think there is enough support outside of the manufacturer that might make me say, well, the hardware is good enough that I might just use this hardware and then mod the software on it. That's how I feel about it. But that's a good question. That's a good question for the audience too. Sujo says here, that's correct. It takes about 20 minutes to update. That's pretty cool. I should take a look at just Tesla and see how their updates are, like what they update on their cars and how what kind of improvements there are, which again brings me back to the point. Updates are important regardless, on a car, on a phone. To have that available, I think is a great thing. Why 2019? Why? What's going on, man? Welcome to the stream. Nice to see you again. Hi, Google's crazy with their 4A release. Crazy because they're releasing it late because of the mid-July, or crazy in a good way? I think you're talking about because they're releasing it late and they're letting iPhone kind of run amok right now and dominate with their OnePlus. I always call the iPhone SE the one with their iPhone SE. Although, it goes to show there's also a phone like the Galaxy A71, the A51 that I haven't talked about because I'm not the biggest fan of Samsung software, but I think the A71 might be a decent phone. And actually it's one of my articles today. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get through everything today because I didn't expect to sit here for 35 minutes and talk about the Pixel, but the Pixel is one of the phones I always love talking about because it's going to be one of my next phones. So we'll see. Mint Arcade. Holy shit. I have not seen you in a while. Mint Arcade. First of all, my apologies, man. I know I've been streaming way later than usual. And I know it's usually past what time you come on here, but I always feel bad. But Mint Arcade, thank you for making the stream. I know it's not Midnight Crew. I know it's much later for you, Mint Arcade. What time is it over there? But welcome to the stream, man. It's nice to see you again. I'm sorry I've been streaming a lot later than usual. Crosswhite 17. I don't think I've seen you here either. Geekbench has a battery test. I will check that out just to see where the battery life falls on my phone. Actually, oh shit, where's my So wait, Crosswhite, let me ask you. So on my Nexus 6P, are you telling me if I look at how beat up my Nexus 6P is. Are you telling me that if I download Geekbench on my Nexus 6P, it'll tell me how much battery life is left on my phone? How accurate is Geekbench when it comes to battery life? For anyone else, have you guys tried it? Have you tried the battery tests to let you know how much battery is left? That's actually a really good thing to know. I didn't know that. Y says, Jerome, Deepak means the TCL is built premium, like I think. Well, first of all, why? No, here's the thing is, are you asking me right now, Deepak? Because why? I have the TCL 10 Pro and this thing is built really well. Like the premium quality surprised me. When I took the TCL 10 Pro out of the box and I put it in my hand. I'm like, holy shit, this phone is heavy. Like it felt, so I'm one of those people who I like heavier phones because for me, a heavier phone feels more like premium quality to me. That's me. I know other people might not feel the same way, but it really had a good premium feel to it. But if you're asking me TCL 10 Pro right now or a Pixel 4a, I'm going to pick a Pixel 4a. I mean, right off the bat, because it already has a better processor. It's going to have the same amount of RAM, 128 gigs of internal storage. It's at a cheaper price. Yes, it might not be premium built, but it's going to have a better camera. It's going to have a better software experience. And, and that's the thing. I'm one of those guys where yes, TCL gave me this phone. And I'm not gonna cover up how I feel about what I would pick right now. So far, the thing I like about the TCL is the premium built quality, but the UI, I wasn't a fan of it. The display, it curves, and I'm already getting accidental touches, so that's a sore point for me. And the in-display fingerprint reader, I am not happy about that. It isn't working well for me. I mean, I've only had the phone. I've only had the phone for maybe 24 hours of use. So I haven't even really gotten to experience it yet. I haven't even tested the camera out yet. So I'll give you guys my thoughts on that, but that'll come later. And we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that in the future. Paul says there's not yet a TCL community on XDA. Yeah, I wouldn't have assumed so either. Hopefully there will be, and hopefully they'll go ahead and they'll start making stuff for it. But I'll cross my fingers and wait. So, yeah, Deepak says TCL is too new to be supported by the Android community. That's where OnePlus is a huge winner. That's a good point. That is a good point. Grant says people may not care about updates, but they tend to like the outcomes they enable, like longevity, new features, etc. Grant, that's a perfect point. That is a great point. And I think that's something that it's weird, right? Because so here's the thing is I really don't watch a lot of other tech YouTubers, but the little tech chat I'm in, we talk about that a lot, or they talk about other tech reviewers talking about updates and how they look at those updates and they don't make a big deal about it. But I think it's important that they know that, hey, well, the average consumer might not care about updates. There's still importance to it. It's still important that people receive security updates. It would be like Windows, right? My PC gets updates all the time. Do I look and see what the updates those are? No, I don't really care for the most part, but it's nice to know that those updates are coming, that the security is coming, that whatever you're doing to help improve the product is a good thing. So yeah, you're totally on point. Why says Jerome, John Processor said the 4A will release on a dude. No. The 4A in August. Well, actually, Grant said that too. So the announcement for the 4A in July. So yeah, at that point, especially Nick, if Nick's still in here, Nick, yeah, you might as well just wait for the 5, because if the 4A is coming out in August, what's 2 months at that point? You might as well just wait. God, an August release is such a late release for the Pixel 4a. I feel like they're shooting themselves in the foot, especially with the Pixel 5 coming out 2 months later. Ross Kirschner with the $2 super chat. Ross, thank you so much, man. I'm watching on my TCL 10 Pro. How's the, you know what, Ross, I haven't even had a chance. How is the audio on the TCL 10 Pro? Is it dual speakers? I haven't even had a chance to test. I literally have just got to start using it. As far as setting it up, throwing Nova Launcher on it, putting my apps on there. I haven't even put the SIM in there yet. I haven't even opened the camera yet. That's what I'm doing today. After this stream, I'm going out, I'm taking pictures with the TCL 10 Pro so I can put together a camera comparison, because it's one of my favorite things to do is compare the phone's camera system on it. But let me know how it is. But Ross, thank you so much for the support. Thank you for the $2 super chat. I swear I've seen you in my streams before, right? Or am I wrong? Is this your first time on here? Anyway, thank you for the support, man. I do appreciate it. Thank you so much. Ross says a single speaker, but it's loud enough for me. Well, that's good to know. That's good to know. Yeah, I have yet to test it out, so we'll see. Let me scroll back up here. Mint Arcade, 3 a.m. Man, thank you for being up at 3 a.m. and catching the stream live. I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Trevell says, I really hope Google surprises us. Pixel needs to come back badly. Yes, Trevell, if you've seen my other videos, this is all I've been talking about for so long. Pixel needs to get back on the game. They need to bring it this year. And I really hope so. I'm crossing my fingers, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Okay, guys, I can't go through all the chats, guys. I'm sorry. A Pixel A series is like a Toyota or Honda, solid and super reliable. TCL is a newcomer. I like that. That's a good way of putting it. So where would a TCL fall though? It wouldn't be a Toyota or a Honda, but would it be, I don't know what it would be. Would it be a Kia? I don't know. I'm not trying to shit on it. I'm not trying to shit on Kia. I'm just wondering, in the car sense, where would it be? Because we all know Toyotas and Hondas are some of the most reliable cars. Mint Arcade says if the Pixel 5 is going to move forward, same amount of time like the 4A, they're launching the 5 in 2021. God damn it. I hope not. I really hope they don't. I want to see the Pixel 5 come out a lot sooner. Google will be early for the first time. Nick says, hopefully my battery lasts till then. I hope so, man. I hope so. Okay, guys, let's move on. Again, I don't have the most I don't have a ton of news today, but we'll go through it. Actually, we've spent 45 minutes on the very first article, so it's not bad. I do have this article here from Droid Life that's talking about the Pixel 3a deals. Again, another article from Droid Life, and I guess these 3a deals are crazy right now. So anyone who's looking for a Pixel 3a, or anybody that's thinking about buying a new phone, or at least maybe a phone, like a placeholder phone. By placeholder, I mean just something to kind of tide you over before your next anticipated phone is coming. The Pixel 3a might be something that might hold you over. So the Pixel 3a and 3a XL are a full year old and should be replaced soon with a Pixel 4a. It also happens to be Memorial Day weekend, where deals on tech toys run rampant. The combination of those two things means there are wild discounts on Google's mid-range line of phones like we've never seen before. The discounts here vary from one place to the next, but the standard price drop we're seeing is $120 off on the regular Pixel 3a, or $160 off on the Pixel 3a XL. That brings prices to $279 for the 3a and $319 for the 3a XL. So those are pretty good deals. I mean, here's the thing. For me to recommend a 3A right now for $279 or a 3A XL for $319, I guess I could recommend it if you are looking to buy a phone right this instant. You have no time right now, except, like today you have to buy a phone. Today is the only time you have to buy a phone. And then I would say, yeah, take a look at those deals. But if you have time to wait, I would wait for the 4A at least. I know $279 is a good deal. I know $319 is a good deal, but guys, $350 for a Pixel 4a, I would kind of wait. I mean, I don't know where you guys sit with that, but if you know people that are looking to buy a phone, maybe it's best to tell them, hey, maybe wait. Well, shit, if the Pixel 4a doesn't come out until August, God, why are they waiting so goddamn long to release a phone? This is why I was complaining about it yesterday. It's such a long time. It says here, want a bigger deal? Best Buy is doing that with activation special, where they'll drop the price further if you buy a 3A or 3A XL and activate with select carrier partners. If you activate, then the 3A drops to $229 and the 3A XL lands at $269. I'd imagine that most places will sell through their remaining inventory at these prices. If you need a cheap yet excellent phone, you know what to do. Again, I don't have a hard time recommending a Pixel 3a or 3a XL. I just feel like if you can wait a couple months, because we don't know if it's coming out in July or August, it's probably coming out in August, like people are saying, then yeah, I don't know. Deepak is saying here, Jerome, I just got a Moto G8 Power. It's got 2 powerful speakers. I'm amazed. That's good to hear. One thing I love about phones too is the speaker quality. God, there are so many things to phones when it comes to picking something. And I was such a big proponent of front dual firing, dual stereo front facing speakers, and that's still a big point for me. I guess it's been so normal lately that I don't think much about it. But yeah, that's good to know. I just wish the goddamn G8 would just combine the power and the stylus and put the best of the two phones together. And I don't know why they don't do that. Grant says here, Google's worried about, quote, market conditions, AKA consumer spending during the Rona. I know, Grant, I get that, but I don't know. I don't know why they just can't do it now. I know they have their reasons. I'm a marketing person. I've worked in marketing but I know they have their reasons, and I know that they're doing what they need to do because they think it's the best move, but it's just hard for me to think why they couldn't release it right now. But you're right. You have a point. I totally get it. Mint Arcade says, in the US, I believe the best time to buy electronic is Black Friday or Christmas season. Yeah, that's usually when a lot of these things get discounted. I mean, sometimes you'll see deals fall here and there. But yeah, I totally get that. That makes a lot of sense. But yeah, otherwise, guys, if you are looking for a phone right now, a 3A or 3A XL, under $300, it's hard to pass up. And I totally get that. Okay, guys, before I continue real quick, guys, if you haven't liked the video or liked the stream, please feel free to like the stream. Liking the stream helps me in an algorithmic kind of way, AKA I think it helps people find the stream. So feel free to like the video. If you guys haven't subscribed, be a subscriber. I stream Mondays through Fridays, around 12 to 1 p.m. Central daily. Mondays through Fridays. I also have higher production videos when it comes to camera comparisons and the such. So feel free to subscribe if you haven't already. And then real quick, if you guys have noticed in the chat, if you see some people with green names in their chat, that's because they are a member of my channel. And you'll also see a red Chicago star next to their name, and that's because they get a badge. And you can do all of that as well by being a member on my channel. And you could do so for as little as 99 cents a month. Either way, it's a way to support me. It's a way to support my channel. It's a way to for me to keep continuing what I'm doing. And again, for as little as 99 cents a month, you can get all that. You can get custom emoji, and I'm sure people in chat have been doing that as well. And then there are different tiers. So if you're at a higher tier, you get to be part of my private Discord and just other things that go along with it. That is my little marketing spiel, so I will leave it at that. Otherwise, guys, I was going to say real quick, to join, all you got to do is click that join button, or if you can't find that, you can go to youtube.com/PhoneJerome/join, and I'll leave it at that. Otherwise, guys, let's continue on. Let's move on to the next story here. So, again, I don't have the most exciting stories today. So if you guys want to talk about something else in chat, we can go through that as well. But we're already at 50 minutes here, so we'll see how long the stream goes. This article I have here from Ars Technica is talking about the Galaxy Note 20 being, quote, significantly bigger than the Note 10. I'm really wondering how big this Note 20 is going to be, because the S20 is already a big phone. The S20 Plus and the S20 Ultra are already huge phones. So I just don't know how much bigger we're going to get. The push for 5G will make even the Galaxy Note bigger this year. After launching the Galaxy S20 early in the year, the next big flagship for Samsung is the Note 20, which is expected to launch in an online-only event sometime in August. For an early look at the phone, we have CAD-based renders from Pig 2 and X-Leak 7. The design is exactly what you would expect from Samsung, a device that is very close to the Galaxy S20 Ultra, but a bit more blocky. I like the blocky look. I'm one for more of a square kind of look, but that's just me. X-Leak 7 warns the design isn't completely finalized yet. Can I see this here? Do they have... Oh, so it's just these renders then, right? So yeah, more of that square look. Still has that kind of rectangular design as far as the camera module. And then there you got the stylus right here. I just wonder how big this phone is going to get. They're talking about how they're probably going to be getting rid of this 100 times zoom, that 100 times space zoom or whatever. Apparently it wasn't the best. I don't know. I mean, I can sit here and talk shit about it, but I've never used it. The S20 Ultra talked a big talk with a 100 times camera zoom, but in reality, it only had a 5 times optical zoom camera. It took cropping, AI upscaling, and a boatload of shameless marketing hype to hit 100 times, which I think is a shame. As you can probably imagine, turning a 5 times zoom lens into 100 times didn't work very well. And if you got anywhere close to max zoom level, it turned your photos into unrecognizable mush. The industry's fanatical push for 5G and its power-hungry components has led to smartphones getting bigger and more expensive than ever, which again is also a shame. This year, it seems even the Note line, the standard bearer for the giant smartphone, will need more space, with Pig 2 saying the smaller Note 20 will be significantly bigger than Note 10. God, how big can you get with a phone? I just don't know. The report says the display will be 6.7 inches, a big jump from the 6.3 inches on the Note 10. So you've got until August to stretch those hand muscles, shop for pants with bigger pockets, and get in shape to start hauling around Samsung's latest behemoth. I mean, I don't know who's looking for a Note 20. I don't know if you guys are looking for. I don't know how many of you guys here are a Samsung, I guess, on Samsung's bandwagon isn't the right word, but if you're used to buying Samsung phones year over year. But yeah, that Note, I've actually never owned a Note phone. The last Samsung phone I've owned was an S9. I owned the S9 and S9 Edge plus Edge. I can't even remember anymore. It's been a while, but yeah, I've never owned a Note just because I'm not a big fan of stylus. I'm not a big fan of stylus type phones, and I still don't see a point in using them, but that's just me. So for other people, yeah, I mean, if you use them, then I gotcha. Why I was saying the closest phone we have to the 4A is the S10e. I have to look into the S10e. I've heard good things about it. I've heard that it's a good, like, light version of a premium handset phone. Deepak is saying, I still love the S10e. Only defect is battery life. Really? The battery's not good on the S10e? I didn't know that. Mint Arcade says, talk about Nick Didlick's photos with the Xperia 1 Mark II. Did you, I think you messaged me, didn't you, Mint Arcade? And I haven't gone through them. I'll have to go through it, but let me know if you message me on Instagram with it, because maybe what I'll do is I'll go over them on Monday, and I'll stream earlier, so hopefully you can be on here and you don't have to be up until 3 a.m. because I don't mind streaming later, but I'd rather stream at an earlier time than 1 p.m. But again, all of this might change if I end up getting that job I applied for, guys. But when that time comes, we'll talk about it. Paul says, Q, that's what she said jokes. I'm king of that, and I'm trying to back away from doing that. Deepak says Android OEMs are going for huge behemoths. Meanwhile, Apple will crush the competition with an iPhone SE and iPhone 12 5.4 inch. Yeah, I think there's a niche. There's a niche for big phones, but I also really like the small compact form factor. And I think there's also a good place for an in-between. And I think we need a good in-between. I think the iPhone SE is already doing well, and I think the iPhone 12 at its $650 price point with a 5.4-inch OLED display, its camera and its processor, its A14 Bionic chip or whatever is going to make a big impact in the market, and I think it will influence the Android handsets to come. And I think they're already influencing it. So we'll see. Forbes Tech Reviews. What's up, Jerome? What's up, Forbes? How's it going, man? Glad you could make it to the stream. Appreciate you stopping by. I'm kind of rounding out the hour here, but replay crew, if you get a chance. But I do appreciate you stopping by. Not much, man. Just doing what I'm doing, talking about tech, talking about news, engaging with chat. You know how it goes. But thanks for making the stream, man. I appreciate you can make it. Luis Juarez, what's up, bro? Not much. How are you, man? What's up? What's going on? I've seen you in here before. Yeah, no, maybe not. Anyway, Lewis, appreciate you stopping by. Thank you for making it, man. Thank you for making the stream. Thank you so much. Thanks to everybody making the stream. Appreciate it. Okay, guys, let's move on to our next story here, and it's about the Redmi. I haven't read this article yet. I have another super chat. Of course, Daniel would chime in. Daniel knows my infatuation with that's what she said jokes. That's what he said. That is Daniel with the $2 super chat. Thank you, Daniel. Oh my God, guys, you guys with the super chats today. Levin sending some support on my way out. Levin Williams with the $2 super chat again. Thank you guys so much. I'm gonna have to update my intros and outros because I have to keep track of where everyone is at the donation standpoint. Guys, thank you so much, Levin. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Ronaldo De Leon. Damn, I'm late as hell. What's up, Jerome? Ronaldo, you're good, man. Don't worry. I think you messaged me on Twitter. I need to message you, give you the link to my Discord. We'll talk about stuff. We'll catch up. Ronaldo, thanks for making it, man. All the Terminator avatars, become a member today. Ronaldo, thank you for the props. Thank you for bringing that up. Appreciate that. Ronaldo, I'll give you a real quick, since you just came in. I did get the TCL 10 Pro. TCL was kind enough to give me a handset, so I'm testing that out. Going to be doing some camera comparisons. But yeah, we'll talk about that, or you can watch the replay. But Ronaldo, thanks for making it in. Guys, I know everyone's chatting. I'm not going to get to everything, but let's continue on. We're already rounding this hour out here. But Tech Radar, this article from Tech Radar is talking about the Redmi 10X will actually be an inexpensive high-end device. So the Redmi is another one of these companies that I've never had a phone with, and I would love to test a Redmi, a Realme, a Vivo, an Oppo, all of these phones I've never owned, a Xiaomi. God, there's so many new phones out there. And I think they're all Chinese brands or sub-brands, but this Redmi 10X has already been heavily leaked, and this is launching on May 26th. Taking matters into its own hands, Redmi itself confirmed a few key features of its upcoming mid-rangers. So it's another mid-ranger. Hint, it's a lot more premium than expected. Well, that's good. Redmi has posted a new teaser on Weibo in China. So it's going to be dual SIM 5G support. And then it's going to be powered by MediaTek's Dimensity 820. We talked about this before. I think the 820 is a mid-ranger. So there's the Dimensity 1000. And then now there's a higher end version of that, the 1000 plus. And so the Dimensity 820, I think, is a chipset that is comparable to the Snapdragon 765. No, maybe the Snapdragon 730 or somewhere in between. But I don't know. I know there are a lot of people from not the US in my chat. So if you guys have a chance, if you can let me know, anyone who's used a Dimensity chipset or a Realme phone, chime in. Let me know how some of these have fared for you. But the Dimensity 820 is one of the first chipsets capable of dual SIM 5G. It harnesses 2cc carrier aggregation for better network coverage. That's good to know. A seamless handover between two 5G areas. It boasts 4 big Cortex A76 cores clocked at 2.6 gigs, along with 4 Cortex A55 cores at 2 gigs, and is paired with a 5-core Mali G57 GPU for all you tech nerds that want to know how the specs fare with it. Further, the company has posted more teasers which give us confirmation. To start off, it's going to have an AMOLED display, a 6.5 inch. I'm just wondering what kind of price point we're going to have here. It doesn't say, I don't think. It's going to have OIS, up to 30 times zoom. It's not going to be optical though, obviously. Expected to come with 8 gigs of RAM, 256 gigs of internal storage. So high-end specs, a 4,400 milliamp hour battery. There's no prices though. And I bet you from everything I've seen lately, a lot of these brands have high-end specs at low prices, which is why I'm always championing the point that we need to have phones with better prices, especially here in the US, because no more of this bullshit of $1,000 phones. Let's break into this market of the $400, like the $400 smartphone, $500 smartphone, giving us the best of what they can at that price point. I think that's where we need to start talking about it. And I just want to see them kill it. I want to see these brands come to the States too. Obviously, there are things to be concerned about. There's things like security and support, but who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? So we'll see. And I see a super chat in here from Ronaldo. Hey, Ronaldo, thank you for the support, man. Thank you so much. Jerome, I tried to send you a message on Twitter, but I don't know. But I know you're busy, but my name on there is Ronaldo de Leon. Yes, no, I think I did see it. I just didn't have a chance to respond, but I will take a look at it. I will give you a link to the Discord because you are a higher tiered member on my membership thing. So Ronaldo, first of all, thank you for the $10 super chat. Thank you so much for the support. Everybody today, thank you guys. Thank you so much. It's a ton of super chats today. It's very overwhelming for me. I'm always very flattered. The support that you guys give me, it means so much. It encourages me to make these daily streams, to kind of do what I do, talk about tech, engage with the community. All of you guys have been so helpful, so supportive, and I can't thank you guys enough. So Ronaldo, thanks so much. I will get in touch with you on Twitter today for sure. Big House Productions, Big House made it. Hey Jerome, hope you like the Pro. I'm liking it so far, but actually Big House, I need to tell you this because you missed the beginning. I'm gonna give you the scoop on my TCL 10 Pro. I've already said it a couple times, and I'm gonna talk about it with you right now because I know you're thinking about getting the phone. Real quick, build quality on this phone is great. Like it is like premium build quality. It feels great in the hand. It's a narrow phone, right? It's slim, but it's tall. Okay. Here are the camera on the back is cool too because it's flush. It has the 2 lights here. The display is God damn it. There you go. It's like a full display. But here are my issues with the phone right now. I'm just being transparent. The in-display fingerprint reader is not the greatest because the display curves. I am having accidental touches on it. I don't care for the UI, but you know, it is what it is. I threw Nova Launcher on it. And I think that's it. I haven't really tested the camera yet. I haven't tested out the performance, but it is a Snapdragon 675 chipset. So, but I know Big House, I know you've had other phones too. So I know you've had other phones with lower chipsets. So I mean, the design is really nice and it's a really good feeling phone, but just oh, that's the news I wanted to talk about. And it's the title of my video or my stream is it looks like it's only going to get one major OS update. They said at least one major OS. So it might get two, but think about that price point, Big House. That's $450. I know that the Pixel 4a might come out later, but the Pixel 4a is going to be $350, and you know that's going to get at least it's going to get 3 years of major OS updates, and it's going to have a higher chipset. So I mean, you do what you want with your money. I'm just trying to give you the facts. Although I'm pretty sure that this TCL 10 Pro, the quality, the build quality on it here is not going to match whatever the Pixel 4a is going to come out at, because we know that Pixel 4a is not going to have the best feeling quality on there. But anyway, Big House, thanks for joining the stream. Just got home for my lunch break and the Xiaomi Redmi Note 9 was waiting on me. Oh, there you go. There's someone. That's right. See, Big House always gets these other phones that like I need to start looking at. Let me know what you think about that Note 9S. What we should start doing on because Big House is also a higher tiered member. You guys need to start sending me pictures on Discord of your phones, because I'd love to see how some of these phones work or what your experiences are with them. I'm going to start calling you guys out on that stuff. Big House says, I love the Redmi line. That's awesome. Deepak says, I got a Realme 6, not bad at all. Realme is a sub brand of Oppo. I know we talk about this all the time. Realme, Oppo, Vivo. I just forget what's what. And I forget who. Somebody needs to make maybe I need to make like a family tree, those family trees where it branches out and have like OnePlus and like have their sub brands below it. And so then I should just plaster that somewhere so I can start memorizing who makes these phones, who they're a bigger conglomerate of. Because is it BKK? Isn't that the big phone conglomerate that makes all these sub brands? At least I think it's BKK. Anyway, I'll look into it later. Big House says, I may just get both. Hey man, that's on you. That's why we're all phone people. Cause I'm sitting here right now and like, I have 3 phones that are here. God damn it. There we go. So I feel ya. I mean, in 2018, I used to buy every phone and that was crazy. And then I was like, why do I need 3 phones? Ross, this is a good point. I've done this before too. Set your fingerprint up twice. After I did that, I have no issues. I will try that. My experience on in-display fingerprint readers haven't been the best. The other phone that I have, and I don't know where it is right now. It's right here. Here's another phone. This is my OnePlus 6T. So my OnePlus 6T, I wasn't the biggest fan of the fingerprint reader. Grant says BBK. Okay, that's it. So my experience on the 6T, the fingerprint reader hasn't been the best either, but people have told me that it's been much better with the OnePlus 7 Pro and the OnePlus 7T. I've heard the fingerprint reader has been much better on the newer OnePlus phones than what the original 6T came out with. But I will try to set my fingerprint up twice. I do that actually on my Pixel 3. I used to do that. And I always felt like that was like a little handy trick just to make sure that it always got it accurate, was to use the same fingerprint twice on a phone. But I'll try it on the TCL 10 Pro and I'll let you know. But Ross, thank you for that advice. Okay, let me scroll down here. Deepak says Redmi is Xiaomi, Realme is Oppo, Vivo, and OnePlus are BBK. Yep, BBK. Yeah. Here's the thing. You think I'm going to remember this tomorrow? You think I'm going to remember this an hour from now? Probably not. But yes, I appreciate it. I'll probably make a graph so like I can remember these things in the future. Okay, guys, let's move on here. I know we're way past the hour, but I'm feeling good. So let's kind of just see how far I can go before I say, okay, let's call it quits for today. But I talked about this before, the Motorola Edge Plus. This is an exclusive phone only for Verizon. This is a phone that initially promised you only one major OS upgrade, even though this phone was $1,000. A Verizon exclusive with probably Verizon bloatware, with probably Verizon's branding on it. What else can I say? It has very high-end specs, but if you're not a Verizon carrier, you can't get it. 1 year of an OS update that now they said, well, after they got a bunch of shit for it, they said, okay, we'll give you 2 years. So anyway, now it's already $200 cheaper, I guess, is where I'm going with it. This article from GSM Arena is saying the Motorola Edge Plus is still a very new device on Verizon shelves, having been released around 1 week ago, and yet the carrier is already offering a sweet deal on the phone. You know what I gave shit for this phone is the reason it has curved edges, right? But did you guys know that you can turn these edges off? So I am not a fan. I'm not a fan of curved edges on a phone because of the accidental touches. But the fact that you could take these edges and turn them off, I think is a really cool feature. That's something I haven't seen on a phone before, and that's a welcome feature for me. Normally priced at $1,000, the Edge can now be yours for $800. Note that this may be a limited time offer, but Verizon isn't saying. Even so, it's a bit weird to see a 20% price cut within a week of launch. It's been around for a week and it already got $200 off. This is why I complain a lot about why phones sometimes I feel like are being overpriced, because I know that some of these companies can price them cheaper and put them out at a proper, how can I say this, guys? I say this a lot. I think companies can still price phones at a decent amount where they can profit and they can still sell it to the consumer at a fair price. Maybe I am living a crazy dream where that's not reality, but I know that can be a reality. I know it can be. We need to stop being so greedy. These big corporations trying to squeeze money out of everybody. And I don't know. I say the same shit, guys. I hope you guys don't get sick of that. I just want to see companies do the right thing for the consumer. In our in-depth review of the Edge Plus, we noted that its price in the US and lack of a lot of competing brands that one can find in Europe and India means that the Edge Plus is actually a decent flagship contender, expensive as it may be. Well, now it's just become more affordable and plays an entirely different league at this new price. The only caveat, which you may have seen coming, is that you need to use Verizon's device installment plan. So you can't even buy it out the box. You can't buy it in full. You have to do this installment plan. Oh, if you want the reduced price. Effectively, this means you'll pay $0 down and then 24 monthly installments of $33.33. Do you guys know why they do that, right? You guys know why you just can't buy this phone outright at that discounted price. Because they want to keep you for 2 years. It's their way of keeping you on their carrier. And I mean, if you've been with a carrier for 5-10 years and you know you're not going anywhere, then maybe that's fine for you, because there's going to be no interest on it. So, it's your money. I mean, if you want to go ahead and do that, I have weird issues about it. I always feel like if you can't buy a phone outright, then maybe you should think twice about paying for it. But who am I to say what you should do with your money? And if you're not paying interest on it, then, maybe it's not the worst thing in the world. But the only shitty thing is if you drop that phone and let's say you're 2 months into your 24-month payment, you drop that phone and you break it. Now you're SOL. Now you owe all this money for a phone that you broke. But again, I can't sit here and tell you what to do with your money. I can only recommend and give you recommendations on how I feel about stuff. You can have the phone in Smoky Sangria. That's a more creative name than what Google does. Just black, not so orange, clearly blue, Smoky Sangria, or Thunder Gray. I wish I could be part of a team where I get to name colors. I would love to name colors for phones. If you switch to Verizon on an unlimited, you know what color I would name? I would say MKBHD matte black. But I guess you'd have to get his permission. If you switch to Verizon on an unlimited plan, you'll also get a $150 gift card. So there you go. That's another way to sweeten the pot. And if you trade in an eligible device, there's an additional up to $550 price reduction waiting for you. So yeah, I mean, I guess at that point, if you can get the better deal, why not go for it? Why not try to get the better deal? I mean, it can't hurt. I think at the end of the day, you just want to try to get what's best for you in terms of a price, and there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, let me scroll back up here. Deepak says BBK sounds like barbecue. I could see that. Grant says can't wait for that big red exclusive to end on that Edge Plus. Do you think that's a question though? Will they do so when that exclusive ends? Does that mean they'll release the phone out to other carriers? They'll make an unlocked version? I actually don't. So I don't know the schematics behind that. Maybe because I don't follow how exclusivity works on phones. But so you're saying when that exclusive deal ends, they'll release a similar version, or are you saying for next year or something? I'm just curious how that works. Big House says love the Edge Plus, but Verizon only. I agree. Deepak says Motorola makes solid devices, but it became lazy in updates when Lenovo bought Motorola. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Yes, 100% agree. I used to love Motorola, not to mention the fact that Motorola is headquartered or used to be headquartered in Chicago. So yes, I'm a little biased because Motorola started here. But when the Moto X Pure came out, that was my favorite phone, one of my favorite phones in the world. I am actually on a venture whenever I get the money in the future to start buying my all-time favorite phones. And the Moto X Pure, I will try to find a way to find that phone again. My Nexus 6P and my OnePlus 6, some of my favorite phones in the entire world. And I'll probably find a way to buy those again and just have them as collector's items. Maybe the Samsung Galaxy Nexus 2, because that's what first got me into the Android ecosystem in the first place. Daniel Lupker says, I learned about this pricing model in marketing. You price it really high at the start, even though you know most people will not pay it, and then you slowly tear down the price. So if your phone is supposed to cost $600 and you start at $1,000, you get a few thousand people that have paid $400 or $200 more. Daniel, you're absolutely right. And that's what happens. And I'm one of those people. When the Pixel 4 came out, the perfect point of this is the Pixel 4 came out at $800 and it got a lot of shit for it because it wasn't, the most overall well-rounded phone, I think, at the price. So there were a lot of complaints here and there. And now you can get that phone for $500, or you'll see sales come. And I get that, Daniel. I get it's marketing, and I just don't agree with it. And that's the thing. You're absolutely right. I totally agree. That's how they do it. Unless you're a brand like Apple, right? Apple gets to price their phone at $1,000 and it will stay $1,000 for an entire year until their next phone comes out. I don't think a lot of other companies can say the same thing. OnePlus might be one of the only other companies that can say that, because OnePlus might not discount their phones until much later. Maybe not a year, maybe sooner than a year. Sorry if I hear a lawnmower outside. So sorry about that if you guys hear that. But yeah, I totally get that. I have a hard time agreeing with it because I feel like a company can just come out and put a good price out. But yeah, I already said my spiel there. So, but I hear you, Daniel. That makes sense. I totally get that. Ronaldo says the Motorola Edge Plus looks very nice, but if I was to get the phone, I'll wait till it drops in price. Yep, I hear you. Ronaldo says I want a Moto Edge Pure again as well. Yeah, the Moto X Pure. That was one of my favorites. Deepak says, I love so many Moto phones, the Nexus C, the Nexus 6, Moto Z, Moto G series. Yes, a lot of my favorite phones. The Nexus 6, though, was so big. I had a hard time with that Nexus 6 phone. I hear you, though. That was one of my favorite. I won't say it was one of my favorites, but it was a welcoming phone. I was just like, God damn, this phone is so big. It was a big phone for sure. Okay, let's move on to the next article, guys. This is another brand that I don't know much about. It's the iQOO or the iQOO. iQOO Z1 5G unveiled with a 144 hertz display and a new MediaTek SoC. I know nothing about this brand, guys. Someone tell me in chat, who's iQOO part of? Is it even pronounced iQOO? Someone tell me how to pronounce this brand name. Vivo. Oh, Vivo. Never mind. Here we go. Vivo is steadily gaining a footing in the smartphone market. It recently became the second major phone in India. Now the company's sub-brand iQOO has unveiled its latest flagship, the Z1 5G in China, which is going to appeal to smartphone gamers. So it's a MediaTek Dimensity 1000 Plus, so the high-end Dimensity chipset, 5G. It's dual SIM 5G, 6.57-inch display, 144 hertz refresh rate. It has a 1080p, so it's a FHD display, so it's not the highest end display. A 48 megapixel main shooter, a wide angle lens, a macro, 4,500 milliamp hour battery, has a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, has super linear dual speakers, Wi-Fi 6, NFC, USB-C, so kind of has all the trimmings on a phone. Look at that. A 6 gig, 128 gigs internal storage for $310 US. The 8 gig, 128 gig variant for $350. These are such cheap prices for phones. It makes me jealous. 8 gigs, 256 gigs internal for $400. It's up for pre-order June 1st. Really cheap price. And as far as we go, let's talk about other cheaper phones. So we talk about a phone like this Z1 that has really high-end specs. Now let's talk about this LG Stylo 6. The LG Stylo 6 is a mid-range phone that you can get at like Boost Mobile. And so here, $179. So it's cheaper, right? About $100 cheaper, but here's what it comes with. A 6.8-inch screen, a triple rear camera, but see, it has 3 gigs of RAM. It has 64 gigs of internal storage. So it's already smaller in that regards, a 4,000 milliamp hour battery. So not a bad battery size, but then a MediaTek Helio P35 chipset. So I have no idea how low of a chipset series that is. It must be on the much lower end. I did hear a lot of good things though about, the Stylo. The LG Stylo 5, I think, was a big hit for a lot of people. I mean, they call it a Stylo because it has a stylus, but I've never owned this phone. I am not the biggest fan of lower end chipsets just because I get frustrated when I use a phone that ends up having lag on it. We'll see if that happens when I start using this TCL 10 Pro, but we'll see. Okay, moving on. I will say this article. This is a long article. This is something I actually want to talk about because this A71, the Galaxy A71, is supposedly a competitor to the iPhone SE, supposedly a competitor to the upcoming Pixel 4a. And I've heard good things about the A71, except this is so for people that don't know, you can get an A71, the international A71 that doesn't have 5G for $400. And I think they want to make an A71 with 5G for like $600 though. I was actually thinking about buying this phone because this has a Snapdragon 730 and it will give me an idea of how the Pixel 4a is going to run. So if I have the money for it, I might get the A71. I might just get it to test it out and then return it just to see how the performance is on it. But I've heard good things about the A71. I don't know if any of you guys have had it. Or have tested it out or are thinking about it. But the A71 seems to have good specs. But we're going to talk about that another day because I'm about an hour and a half in here, and I still have to go shoot pics today, and I still have a full day today. So we'll kind of round it off here though. The Nokia 6.3 to come with the Snap 730. So another phone with the Snapdragon 730, which is what the A71 has, which is what the Pixel 4a is going to have. The first report about the 6.3 from Nokia claimed it's going to be powered by a Snap 670 something, but now they're saying it's going to be a 730. It's going to have a quad camera setup with a 24 megapixel main sensor, a 12 megapixel ultra wide, and a pair of 2 megapixel sensors, a depth camera, and a macro one. Finally, the source claims it's going to have a fingerprint scanner inside the power button. What is that on the side then? Right? According to him, the 6.3 will be a compact phone made with a single-handed use in mind. The only reason I bring up this Nokia 6.3 is because if I remember correctly, don't Nokia phones run stock Android? Right? They're all Android 1, right? I want to get a new Nokia phone with Android 1. I want to run a Nokia phone with stock Android because back in the day, before iPhones came out, I was a Nokia fanboy. I will admit it. I bought Nokia phones when everybody was buying the flip Motorola Razrs. I was like, fuck that. I'm a Nokia guy. I like candy bar phones. I don't like flip phones. And I owned a ton of Nokias. And even when the first iPhone came out, I remember I was like, what is this Apple iPhone? Like, get out of here. Look at my Nokia N95, I think is what I had, or N97. I can't remember. And then Sujo, who was in my chat, had the original iPhone, and when he brought it, I was living in Texas at the time, and he brought it with him to Texas, and I'm like, let me see what this phone's about. And when I used the original iPhone, I was like, wow, this touchscreen actually really works well. And then I switched over, and then I haven't bought a Nokia phone since. And I'd love to try another Nokia phone and see how that works, but we'll see one of these days. Okay, let me look at the last of this chat here. Deepak was saying Nexus 6 was a mini tablet. You're right. Ronaldo's saying IQOO, they're a gaming phone from what I was reading about, but didn't know about their dual 5G support, which is good to know. Daniel says it's a jerk way to do it, no doubt, right? In its marketing sense, it is. Paul says, and Vivo equals BBK. Also, they're still under BBK. OnePlus, Realme, Oppo 2. This is getting... this is getting re-goddamn ridiculous. Where's TCL Poco ZTE at? Yeah, also good points. But yeah, guys, great stream, I think, today. And I think that's it. That's how we're going to round this hour and a half out at this point. I do want to thank everybody for stopping by. I want to thank everybody for coming in here. Real quick, guys, if you haven't liked the video, please feel free to like the video. Liking the video helps me in an algorithmic kind of way, AKA I think it helps people find the stream, maybe, hopefully. If you guys are not a subscriber, please feel free to subscribe. I stream Mondays through Fridays at around 12 to 1 p.m. Central. We talk about tech. We talk about anything under the sun when it comes to tech and just what else is going on. Engage in chat. I try to talk to everybody, try to say what's up. And Brian with the $2 super chat. Brian, thank you so much. Late to the party. It's all good, man. I know you got stuff going on. It's been a big supporting day today from everybody. So Brian, thank you so much for that support. Thank you for the continuing support. I think at this point, Brian is at least 45 to 50 streams in a row of super chat support. So Brian, thank you so much. Thank you for being the longest support super chatter guy, whatever. You're going to have some award. No, Brian, thank you so much. Thank you again for the support. Guys, thank you so much. Appreciate everyone joining. Real quick, before I end this, again, if you see people in the chat with green in their names and a little red Chicago star in their name, that is because they are a member of my channel, and they get all those perks. To be a member of this channel, to get that red Chicago badge, to get use of this custom emoji, all you got to do is click the join button. And there are different tiers to it, but you could be a member for as little as 99 cents a month. I do want to thank Grant. I didn't thank him. Grant did this behind the scenes, I think yesterday or today. Grant became a member of my channel. And so I want to thank Grant for being the newest member as well. You do click the join button if you want to be a member, or you can just go to youtube.com/PhoneJerome/join. And again, for as little as 99 cents a month. There are other tiers to that as well, but that's up to you guys. So I do want to thank everybody. We will be streaming again on Monday, guys. We'll stream more tech news. Hopefully there's more tech stuff to talk about. There wasn't a ton of stuff today, but it was a good conversation today. There was a lot of Pixel talk, a lot of Pixel 4a talk, a lot of Pixel 5 talk like we've been talking about. I will update, and I forgot to say that if you are a member of my channel, you also get your name on the intros and outros of all of my live streams. I do want to thank everybody also for all the super chats today. There were a ton today. There was so much support today, and I want to thank you guys for that. For you guys to do that, that helps cover costs for what I pay for the streaming, the software, for the music I have here, because that music is licensed and I pay for that as well. And just for everything, guys, it means a lot to me. It helps me do what I do daily, and maybe to the point where it's something I could do for an indefinite period. I would love to talk about tech all the time. I'd love to be a continuing host and having a good influence and helping people find the products they need. And with that being said, Ronaldo with another $5 super chat. Ronaldo, thank you so much, man. Jerome, I wanted to mention I've been fasting, lost a lot of weight. Ronaldo, thank you, man. Thank you for, I'm assuming you found my fasting channel, which that's great. And if you ever have questions about fasting, man, let me know. I'm happy to help out too. Yeah, for you guys that don't know, I do run a fasting channel. For some of you guys who have been with me from the start, I have fluctuated in weight. up and down for the longest time in the world. I have I am down 76 pounds at this point. I started on September 12th. I weighed in at 220. I used to weigh 235 pounds, guys. 235. For you guys that don't know, you guys probably don't know this. You can't tell because I sit here, but I'm short. I'm super short. I don't know if anyone knows how tall I am. I think Brian knows because we've talked personally. But for you guys that don't know, I weighed 220. Right now I weigh 144-ish. Probably lower than that. But yeah, I'm down 76 pounds. But at one point I weighed 235. And for you guys that don't know, I'm 5'3". I am short. I'm super short. If you guys ever meet me in real life, whenever this happens, whenever we can like ever meet, if you guys are ever in Chicago, like don't be surprised. I'm 5'3", guys. But anyway, I do want to thank everybody for stopping by. Grant says, good stuff, Jerome. Grant, again, thank you. Thank you for being a part of the crew, a part of the squad, a part of the team, a part of the community. It means a lot to me. And I think we'll leave it at that. Monday, 12 to 1 p.m. Central, I will be streaming again. We'll talk about tech. If you guys have anything interesting to talk about, save it. Bring it in the chat. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about everything, whatever happens, and we'll go from there. But again, guys, thank you so much. I'll see you Monday. We'll leave it at that. I will reach out to people for Discord. Grant, I need to touch base with you. Ronaldo as well. I see Big House is very surprised with my height. Yeah, it's the truth. I'm short. I mean, whatever. I live with it. That's me. We'll talk Monday, guys. We'll talk in Discord too for everyone else. I'll start using that more so we can chat more and talk about phone stuff and share stuff. So I'll see you guys then. Have a good one. Here comes the outro. Bye.